Hello everyone. Welcome to Unit 2, Creating the Environment for Learning. This unit is 3 weeks long, and so I've broken down the assignments in the unit to kind of expand over those 3 weeks. So I realized when I read the goals that you set for your learning and you wrote about yourself as a learner, that some of us, and I'm putting myself in that category too, some of us have a tendency to procrastinate. So I thought it might be better to have a little bit due earlier and a little bit due later. That way we try to avoid that problem of trying to get everything done at the end of the 3 weeks. So this video is going to go over the things that you'll be working on in this unit, the things I hope that you learn, and the assignments that you have in this unit. And as always, if something isn't clear, please be sure to ask. I try to keep the video relatively short, so I don't want to go through everything, and you can read a lot of the details of the assignments in the module. So you can see here that you're going to be thinking about your own learning, summarizing some key ideas and research about strategy instruction, summarizing and reflecting on implementing strategies into instruction, responding to the ideas of others, and learning about the understanding by design model. So to do that, you'll be doing these assignments. This unit, we're jumping into our book, so hopefully you have both copies of the books. I'll explain a little bit about the differences between those two in just a minute. What I'm asking you to do in this unit is to read the first 3 chapters in the blue Classroom Instruction That Works book. So that's kind of the main book. And then there's the handbook. And I'm asking you to also read the first 3 chapters in the handbook. Now, when you start reading, you'll see that there is carryover between the 2 books in the way they're organized, the title of the chapters, and a little bit of the content. The handbook actually is more about the practical application of the strategies, and it's full of activities that you can use when you're thinking about your own learning as a teacher, or if you're wanting to self-assess some of your instruction in your classroom. So they do go hand in hand, but it's important that you're looking at both components so you can get the depth of what's intended here. So first 3 chapters, here's what I'm going to ask you to do with those. I'm going to ask you to think about how that information helps you to create an environment for learning, because that's the focus on this unit. So in this graphic, you see how the book is organized. It has these 3 main topics: the environment, developing understanding, extending and applying knowledge. And then under those are the strategies themselves. So I've decided to organize the course around those 3 kind of big ideas, as well as adding 2 additional big ideas to the structure of the course. But within those ideas are what the authors are calling strategies. And by strategy, I think that they're using the definition that a strategy is something that you do as a teacher to affect student learning. So think of the 9 strategies underneath those broader heading. So we're still in that first category, the environment for learning, and you'll be reading in chapter 1 about setting objectives and providing feedback, chapter 2 reinforcing effort and providing recognition, and chapter 3 cooperative learning. So those are the 3 strategies for this unit. So I'm going to ask you for one of your assignments to write a strategy, reflection, and response, and you can read in the module exactly what goes into that assignment. I'm going to ask you to actually write 2 of these responses. You'll be reading chapters 1, 2, and 3, so I'd like you to choose 2 of those chapters for your response. And those chapters then coincide with what's in the handbook too. So if you choose chapter 2, you'll read that in the main book. You'll also read chapter 2 in the handbook, and that's what you'll use for your response. So 3 chapters that you're reading, choose 2 of them for your strategy, reflection, and response. The first one is due September 13th. The second one is due September 20th. And just kind of a broad overview of what you'll be doing in that response is you'll identify some main or key ideas, things that you learned while you were reading, 2 ways that you can apply that information, and then 1 lingering question. And like I said, the details are all there in the module so that you can really get the full depth of what it is you'll be doing. Okay, so you've read all 3 chapters, you've chosen 2, and you've written a response about the first one by September 30th, a response about the second one by the first one September 13th, the second one September 20th. And here's what you'll do next. That leftover chapter that you don't write a response about, that's going to form the basis of what you'll talk about in the discussion board. So you'll choose 1 chapter, you will write a post to put into the discussion board, and then you'll respond to 4 other people in the discussion board related to that topic of that post. So let's say you pick cooperative learning for the strategy, that's chapter 3, that you're going to comment about in the discussion board. So your post will be related to that chapter. So original post, responding to 4 others, and then you'll also post an instructional resource that's related to that strategy of cooperative learning or whichever one you choose. Or you could decide to join us for the live chat that's on September 17th at 8 p.m. So it's either post in the discussion board or participate in the live chat. And if you want to post in the discussion board and then join us if you're available for the chat, you're certainly welcome to do that. I'll record the chat. You could watch it later if you want to. But I know not everybody can be together at the same time. We just all are very busy people. So I want to offer that option. You choose which one you're going to do. If you do the discussion board posts, they would be due September 20th at the end of the unit. All right, I'm also going to ask you to read and learn about an Understanding by Design, which is a model for curriculum development and learning developed by Grant Wiggins. And unfortunately, he passed away in the spring, but his work is very well respected and well known. And so I want us to spend a little bit of time looking at that because it really is a good model for how you decide what it is you're going to do in your classroom and why. So to develop this understanding of the Understanding by Design model, I'm going to ask you to read and to view. So you'll see 2 articles, you'll choose 1. You'll see 2 videos, you'll choose 1. And once you've read and viewed those, then you'll write a response to those. And your response has 2 parts. One is a summary and one is your reaction. So the summary is just, the short version of what it is you read and viewed. Your reaction is your opinion, your own experiences related to that topic. And so that summary and reaction is due on September 20th. In your response, I'm looking for something that's between 300 and 400 words, which is about a page or so, depending on what kind of spacing you use and what font size you use. A page or 2, I guess I would say. And so try to make those equal in length. Your own views are equally important as the summary of what it is that you read and viewed. And that's what I really want to have a chance to look at. So draw some commonalities, make some comparisons, try to build some connections between the information that you find from your 2 sources. Now, after reading your learning goals for yourself, I know that you have set high expectations. I also know that you're very busy people, and it's sometimes difficult to have time to do your studying in the way that you want to do it. So I'm going to challenge you during this unit to enjoy your learning time rather than have it be a chore, because that positive attitude really makes a difference in how you take on the tasks and what kind of information you are able to retain in your learning. That's all for this time. Thanks.